STS here again. Hit the like, hit the share, hit the subscribe button, get it out there. And yeah, when you have love, anything can manifest for you. Just have gratitude. And yeah, we're back with Ladycrowne. And we don't stay down, we stay up.
And we don't chat pop.
But it's not real talk today. It's another midweek catch up, star. And yeah, greetings to you all. Amonra's busting out again.
Oh, amazing up here.
On a really cold day, to balance out the temperature. You know what I mean?
We're so high up. So
highlands, yeah.
Yo, this allotment is so high up that I'm telling you, it's like you could just reach up and touch the sun. Oh, the rays.
Yeah, the rays.
It's amazing, honestly. Absolutely beautiful. Anyway, good day, greetings, grand rising, people. Yeah, it's a beautiful day. Absolutely beautiful day. Frost on the car and everything, but like I said, we come up here, it's like being in another world, On Monday, because you guys will see me, and I'm always drinking a drink on a Monday, and this week I put on my little stove in the summer house and done. Mr. Rackstone, no drink. Had one on Monday. I think it was Tuesday morning that I came up here. I couldn't do one, so I thought, oh my goodness, the big buckle gas. So I've got to get it changed. But what I did do was to buy one of the little portable stoves, and it just dawned on me today when we come up here. So yo, I'm gonna make me drink. I thought I could put it on the stove, on the gas fire, on the fire that we've got lit, because on top gets really hot. Takes a little time to heat up the water, but it will get done. Then I remembered that I had ordered these, and I've got showing up. Yeah, I think at Amazon I get it from, and the that's the fuel that goes with it. Trust me, in no time the water is ready. I think I bought £8 or £9. I pay on Amazon for it. So yo, do yourself a favour, get a couple of these so you can have 2 pots, and one with your meat and the other one with your veg or whatever, and get the oil or the ethanol fireplace. It's bioethanol, yeah. Smoke free, odorless as well. So now I think all your place, indoor, outdoors, you can use it. So I would highly recommend it to you. And see the steamer come off a cup here. Just made myself a nice fresh brew. I'll have a sip now. Absolutely. Look, what are you laughing at, STS? I'm just telling people then for yo.
No, it's good though, because they can tap into that, and use it for themselves.
Absolutely, so, have them, because they're talking about the things that they're talking about and preparing people for whatever they do, make sure it don't impact on you. Did that rhyme? Whatever they do, make sure it don't impact on you. You see what I'm saying? Buy these little things. I've got a couple bars for them.
You know what I mean?
Buy these things, put them down. National Farmers Union are talking about food crisis. Everything going to come down pan with calamity. But guess what? It only impacts on you if what? You're not prepared. So what have we been doing? We talked about the shopping and buying extra food. Well, when was it? STS? Quite back, innit? This summer.
Last year, yeah.
Did we do it last year as well?
Yeah, it was last year.
Because
actually, no, this summer.
I think it was this summer. But we're talking months ago now. Yeah, because we're in a December month. No, so if we pricked you up in June or July, that's 5-6 months ago. You see what I'm saying? So we was telling you then to stock up because we knew what was coming, because the people that we tapped into are saying, yo, watch, check this out, check that, look at. So you get what I'm saying? We was telling you what we knew was coming.
Come to it now. He was on about the supermarkets. He was on about the supermarkets inflation. Yeah, saying that they're going to be raising the prices.
That's right. Yeah.
That's what you're talking about. Yeah.
And
warning people, alerting people to what's coming. Yeah.
And to buy in advance of those price increases, and buy and put down because of the food crisis that's coming, whether we like it or not. It's going to happen because it's been orchestrated to happen that way. You might say, well, why would our government do things like this to me? They're not your government, you better know that.
Even animals stock up on their food, you know what I mean? They in nature it happens, so we should do it as well. You know what I mean?
But we've been so denatured in terms of where we get our food from.
Because we've always got access in terms
supermarket.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
We need to have our own access.
Your local corner shops, you should support Your allotments, get involved, find
Yeah.
out what little
Get your land.
you know what I'm saying? Start planting your. This is where it's moving you to take more responsibility for what goes into your body. And if you're sat there waiting for somebody to feed you or to allow you into their premises to buy the extortionate food that's full of awolipacinting, then you are in a dire situation, because all I got to do is whip the rug away. You know the amount of Walmarts that's closing down in America, hundreds of stores shutting down. Yeah. Temporarily, they said, but we know what temporarily means. Because let me tell you what Nixon did say back in 1971 about closing the gold window temporarily. It's not. It's 2022. That freaking gold window never opened back up. So watch what these people are doing, my youth.
Yeah, when you really tap into biochemistry, you realize that it's chemical warfare that's happening. You know what I mean? There's thousands and thousands of chemicals that they use in certain products that don't assimilate with you.
No.
This is why you got a lot of the population in a crazy mind state, because the chemistry is all wrong. So if you give people the wrong food, what's going to happen? It's not going to. Trust me, it happens in nature.
What's happened on the planet?
If you look at the gorillas that are in captivity, look how crazy they are that when they've been fed on that stuff.
Yeah.
That doesn't assimilate with them, because the gorilla in its normal environment eats its food. You know what I mean? So when you take people out of their usual habitat and give them the wrong food, it has the same effect.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So yeah, chemical warfare is a massive thing. It's a silent war, because a lot of people, they're oblivious to what's occurring unless you're on the healthy side of life. I give it to you like that, because in the Matrix, it's the fast food places, it's beautiful. People go there smiling because they already feel good before they got
dopamines, mate, getting a hit.
You know, the endorphins.
Yeah.
They're getting lit up. So before they've even ate the food, they're happy. And your pleasure centers, we spoke about before with the monkey, but I need to say it again. Your pleasure centers is getting stimulated in the wrong way a lot of times in this matrix, and this is how they get a lot of people, because they know people love comfort. A lot of people don't love uncomfort that helps them. And when you really tap into having this mental toughness and realizing that you have to work on yourself in order to rise like the phoenix, you know what I mean? Trust me, you're going to be staying in that position of always wanting to stimulate your pleasure. Yep. We love to, and also this has come to me now, in society, we love to express our pleasure of life and hide our pain. And this is why I say, trust me, like William Shakespeare said out there, the world's just a stage, because a lot of people are just acting out there, and you have to transition your energy from an actor into a mirror. You know what I mean? Get people to have self-reflection, because if you do that, then you're having an effect on the all, and realizing that you're powerful, man. You got so much power, and until you tap into that, you're gonna feel powerless. You know what I mean? It is a choice for you to tap into your spirit, man, and make people realize that you got a choice. Don't just watch people go down in the dirt. I like to say, help them on their journey. But first and foremost, you have to help yourself.
Yeah, you can't help. You can't
help yourself.
If two people are drowned, one of you go save himself before he can come and save the other one. Otherwise, the two of you drown. It's as simple as that. Because a desperate man will drag you under that water. Even the strongest of swimmers, right, will die, because they'll be so desperate to hang on to life that instead of them listening to what you're saying in order for you to assist them, they'll drag you underneath that water. So you got to get yourself to safety, and then you go fling lifeline out or whatever you have to do. You understand me? You have to do what you got to do for yourself, first and foremost, in order to help anybody else. The world's changing rapidly, every second, every minute of every day. And a slight correction on the podcast on Monday, I said Australia with that 4-month-old baby. It was New Zealand. Yeah, it's Jacinda Ardern, or Ardon. I don't know what her freaking name is, or its name is. The one that the little tyrant out there. It's in New Zealand. So I think they were waiting for a court ruling, because it's gone all the way to the courts to decide whether or not this baby can receive pure blood. But I think that's a no-brainer. Absolutely, that's exactly what he should get. But it just highlights to you and me and everybody else out there that this ain't a joke, Addy. them will take up the whole of a jug, jag, jiggy, whatever them take up in a them system. Yo, you know what I mean? There's not much that you want from them. They can't even use their organs, for goodness sake, you know? So be mindful that you might be sought after in ways that you never thought possible, in terms of them actually targeting people specifically so they can acquire the pure blood. And have no mistake, they'll make a market for it, because that's what these demonic forces do. But the changes are taking place on the planet, so as much as they might want to persist with their evil satanic ways, it's over. It has been for a long time. This is just the, you know, what we're seeing now is the throes, the last ditch attempts to carry on doing what they've done, and to force the agenda, to push things onto people and get people to just accept, you know, new terminology like minor attracted individual, instead of calling the person or the man or the woman outright dirty pedophile. They'll call them a minor attracted. How can you justify that? Those words that they make me sick to even say them, but that's the sort of things that they're trying to use now. So I think most people are really beginning to see what's happening. The veils have been lifted, and as much as some of the things might be uncomfortable for you to hear and see, guess what? It's happening. You know, for 50 years, the Chinese have been very complacent, very complicit, loved up the CCP. They're out in the freaking streets. Beijing, Xinjiang, all over China, 1.6 billion people. They are not having it anymore, because, like I said to you, we used the analogy some time ago about the frog in the pot. Oh, yeah. And when you put the frog in a pot, and baby, oh yeah, nice, and just a swim up, and you take your time and you ease up the gas, and you look a bit warm, but you know what, I can still tolerate it, baby, and then you fling it up high before the frog naughty and blasted cook, and the man yam you. That's what it is. That's what they've done. Everybody's been comfortable. We've had what we wanted and what we thought we needed and all the rest of those things. Now they're saying, oh, I know we gave you all those things, but what about now? We're taking it. That's your home, your car. They want everybody in electric cars. They want people living in smart. What they want and what we want are two different things. That's why the opportunity that we have now has never existed before. The BRICS nations, Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa, you've got more and more countries applying to become member states. Iran, Afghanistan, Egypt, Turkey, Argentina. Yo, there's going to be a West and there's going to be an East. It's simple as that. What they're going to do, stop using the US dollar. When the US decide to sanction Russia and lock up their billions that they had in different banks all over the world in US denominations, what did that sent a message out to the other countries? That's what weird. If they can do that to Russia, and what will they do to us? So it made them think, you know something, we need to make some alliances with the BRICS nations. And the BRICS nation will be doing what? Backing their currency with what? You got it, gold. It'll be a gold-backed currency. So it's going to be true and proper, not fiat currency, not a promissory note which says I promise to pay the bearer on demand the sum of. A promise is a promissory note. You haven't yet paid for it. So whatever you think you've bought, you ain't bought anything, because it was a debt instrument to begin with. You know, massive changes are taking place. Be a part of that change. Don't stay silent. Don't shh. I won't say anything because I don't want to affect my job or my life, because your job and your life is and will be affected and impacted. So the time to be silent is no more. You know the things that are happening in your city, in your state, in your country, in your world. You have to do something about it. And that starts at an individual level. You, the man or the woman, standing up and saying, you know something, this is not right, and this is what I'm going to do about it. And that's how, if we all do that, guess what? It's done, isn't it? It's done. Time, people. The time is now. Trust me. The sun shines on the righteous, and history will know who was there and who did what. Your grandchildren, your great-grandchildren need to look back and say, oh yeah, my grandma or my grandpa, you know, did X, Y, and Z, and that's why we have what we have today, and that's why the world is a better place. Not that we rolled over and played dead, you know, and went along to get along, because we kept being promised things by the same people that gave you the problem. Then they came along with the reaction, we react, and then they come along with the solution. That all of that's got to change, and it is changing in so many ways. I mean, the good men and women out there, trust me, those star seeds out there, you know, the messengers, they're out here. They've always been here. It's just that a lot of it's been hidden. But with the age of information technology and the internet, yo, I could be, FaceTiming somebody on the other side of the world. That's amazing. I don't think that came from our species on the planet. I'm telling you now. I mean, that's benevolent beings. That's galactical beings. This is some different type of technology. But guess what? It was given to us. We need to use it in a productive manner, in the way that it helps mankind and the planet, survive. So yeah, keep on shining, my people. Keep on shining.
Yeah, you know, going back to what you was talking about as well, people speaking up and things like that. We have to have more conscious connections. I think a lot of us, we talk in a way where I call it surface level intellectual communication. Until we connect spiritually and real connections as well, then we're not able to really build, because we're not able to see where we're at in order to see where we can head to.
Yeah.
You see where I'm coming from? So this is why you see consciousness that I'm really tapped into. It covers so many things. It covers finances. It covers everything. It covers your whole being, your physical reality and your non-physical. So yeah, we need to gain more conscious connections, because the more we develop our consciousnesses, the more that we can do for each other, from your children to the elderly, to your parents.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So yeah, man, really work on it, because at the end of the day, when we're connecting through what I like to say a program, then guess what? You only can deal with the program that you're connecting with. You can't take it. It's limited. It's like the ego. It's limited, and your consciousness is limitless.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So it's so key for us to tap into that, man. And our ancestors used to connect through telepathy, not just the mouth. Telepathy. It's be a whole different vibration that goes on, because they had certain knowledge that a lot of us aren't tapped into. But as you know, Ladycrowne, we're tapped into some of that knowledge, because knowledge is power. And until you tap into the right knowledge, you're going to be dealing with the program that they set you. You know what I mean? Because we've all been set a program, but it's up to us. It's up to us to deprogram. You know what I mean? And realize that we are the chosen ones.
Absolutely.
And also, you have to have a certain presence about you, a certain aura, a certain confidence, and realize that your energy is affecting everyone. You can't keep putting your head down. No. We're in an era of information. If you're dealing with depression and stress right now, then guess what? Tap in. Realize that you can change it right now. Absolutely. In this present moment. The more you stay present and start creating for your future instead of living in your past, the more that you can keep focused on your real journey of awakening, not living in the past. I understand how the mind works, just like Dr. Joe Dispenza said. The brain is the language of the thoughts, but at the end of the day, you can change it for every single second. Like I like to say, this is why I tap in every single second. I realize that I'm creating my reality, nobody else. Even though the external realm does have an effect on you, don't let it impact on you in a negative way. Realize that trust me, you are the star, baby. You know what I mean? Keep on shining, just like Amen Ra.
Oh, beautiful. Absolutely. Boasting out up here today. It really is absolutely beautiful. Yeah. So keep on doing your thing. You know what I mean? Becoming your best version. Every day you get up, you know what I'm saying? Keep on.
You know what? I've got to say this because it's on my mind. Big ups to Ladycrowne. She's actually on a fast right now. I know she mentioned it on the podcast.
Day 3.
And I feel that energy because when you fast, your spirit gets activated even more now because you've got so much energy now. And you have to really tap in more. And Ladycrowne doesn't have to do this. She felt. And you know what I mean? It's all about the feeling.
All about the feeling, baby.
Ooh, yeah. Because she felt like, oh, you know what? I need a cleanse. She's tapped into her intuition and tapped in. You know what I mean? And a lot of people need to do that, man.
Yeah, well, the body is the unconscious mind. So your body speaks to you
It's
all the time. Did you hear that rhyme?
I said, yeah, go on.
Yo,
Yeah.
drop it today. I tell you,
She's been the boss today.
About.
She's been the boss today, you know.
Seriously. So it's talking to you all the time. You know what I mean? Saying certain things, yo, you know what I mean? Giving you a little ear care, a little pain, this, a little stuff. It's telling you all the time. But you know what we do? We choose to ignore because, you know what I mean? We like to walk up with your mode.
Also, we've been programmed to look outside of ourselves.
Yeah.
Because you see, Ladycrowne, you've got in touch with your spirit, and you've been in touch with your spirit for a long time. All of us are, but I'm talking about in terms of it serving you.
Mm-hmm.
You get me?
Yeah.
Like from 10 years ago, you was talking about certain things where I'm like, I hear you, Ladycrowne. And then obviously they call you Ladycrowne.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? But
yeah.
Football. Yeah, because I was dealing with a different program.
Off with the fairies, fam. That those people, they're off with the fairies.
You get me, Matrix stuff. And because I'm in touch now with my spirit in terms of serving me, I relate to you so much. You know what I mean? In terms of how you look at life and how you're looking at the world and seeing the future.
Yeah.
Key thing, because you're a visionary, you can see the future. What you're doing, you're preparing, you're working things out, you're getting things done.
Absolutely.
And that's key, man.
Absolutely. That's what we're all supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Every single one of us has a role to play.
Yeah.
And a purpose for us to be here, why we were purposed here, why we chose to come here, whether believe it or not, we did, you know? And our lives have been mapped out for us. And we were all purposed to be here in this day and this time in 2022, according to the Gregorian calendar, for what is taking place on the planet now. We were purposed to be here. It's about what we do. I mean, especially once you've actually opened your eyes to the reality of life and the way that it is, and realize that it should not be this way. Certain things that are taking place on the planet should not be this way. What are you going to do about it? Put your very head back in the sand and pretend everything's okay. Yo, everybody's backed up against the wall now. So right about now, either you come out fighting or you stay there and get beat down. It's because you've got nothing to lose and everything to gain. Because it's not just about us, it's about the future generations. We have to be that change, you know. So all it takes for us to do is stand up and say no. Whenever they come up with their, you know what, bullshit, whatever it is, you just say no. And when your youths them see you standing up strong and tall, man them man and woman, trust me, what does that do? Inspires them.
You know, going back to what I was saying earlier, your presence, your aura, the way you carry yourself has an effect not just on you, everyone you come into contact with. Yeah. It's so key, man. Trust me, you're powerful.
Mighty, powerful men and women, trust me. But we know why we've been moved away from that and given certain things to then surpass or take place of that greatness. But guess what? It's all smoke and mirrors. Just say to yourself, boy, who am I?
Who am I?
The girl, them sugar. You might be the boy, them sugar. I don't know, but guess what? Who am I?
Yeah, you gotta find out who you are.
Look at the man. You're looking at the man in the mirror. Look at the man in the mirror. Look at the woman in the mirror and ask, who am I? What's my purpose here? Why am I here now? What's happening in the world? How is it impacting on me? And the animals and the birds and the beasts, because there's certain things that they're flinging us all over the place that's impacting on the ecosystem. Yeah, you take down the ecosystem, you know how nothing left. Your pollinators are essential. Well, your pollinators are essential. We rely on our bees and our honeybees up at the allotment. You've seen some of the big fat one. Then while we are doing this, there's somebody
pollinate the flowers.
Exactly. Yeah. So they're all needed. Yeah,
they have a purpose.
Have a purpose, but when these things that they're putting up start wiping them out, I mean, there's some estimates that at least 30% of the wildlife on the planet has disappeared,
and that's not good.
It's not good because I tell you something now, they might be gone. We are coming right behind them because without them, there's no us.
A lot of the bugs fertilize the soil.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So trust me,
they're needed.
They're definitely needed.
Absolutely, they're needed. You know what I mean? We need each other. I mean, they've got animals. I think there's one farm with about 30, 40 different herds on it, and they've got like sheeps just going round in a circle, going clockwise in a circle, walking round, and all the other pens. Did you hear about it? All the other pens are just doing what they normally do. And guess what? They walked around 13 times and then stopped. How bizarre. Sheep's just walking around in a circle. Wow. What's interfering with their life force on the planet? What's interfering with their energy? What's interfering with their brains, their minds? You know what I'm saying? There's got to be something in the atmosphere. Something's happening to them, and it's not just sheep, there's different animals as well. Bees, well, I think there were ants just walking around in a circle. That's not normal. It isn't, is it? There's lots of things taking place on the planet that we're not aware of. And so the distractions with I'm a so-called celebrity, get me out of it. They're all distractions. My man, Mass Ross, murderer, were in there, 400,000 paid to go and listen. They chucked him in there because they needed to give him a little bit of cover, because people are coming for him, and rightly so. People have to be held accountable for their actions. With every action, there's a reaction. If I do something that's caused loss, harm, or injury to somebody, to a man or a woman out there, then I have to make remedy. Now, if you've done it on a mass scale, then guess what? You still have to make remedy, and you have to be held accountable for your actions. To say, oh, I didn't know, and it was, the creator will be the judge of that, But the cat's out of the bag, and they can't put it back in. As much as they're trying to, they can't put it back in. Too many people are just meeting their demise at these early ages from all sorts of complications and SADs just disappearing off the planet suddenly. It's not natural. It's not natural in nature. Hasn't been, but as it is becoming now, there's a lot of people that can profiteer from those things, funeral parlors, and those people that take care of us when we meet our demise. They're overrun. They are very, very busy. That's a fact of life. But guess what? Not to the point where now it's just ridiculous, where you're having to wait 2 months in order to get your burial sorted out for your loved one who's transitioned. So yeah, lots of things happening. Stay positive, stay focused, get yourself set up with what you need in your yard, your crib, your mansion, your casa, wherever it is you put your head at night time. Make sure you have what you need, and definitely please stock up on the water, the food, and all of those things, because it'll never go to waste, especially if you buy the ones that can last for 25 years storage shelf life. Those are the the ones that people get when they're bugging out. I think you can order them online. Yeah, but if not, don't worry. Tins with 2024 on it, or packets, whatever. Buy something. Don't be left with nothing. Certain supermarkets are rationing eggs. You can only have not have a dozen each. So if you want to do some baking, you've shot it if you use eggs. Yeah, so it's already happening, and it's not going to get any better. We got to go for the worst before we start to. We got to go for that tunnel, that darkness, and eventually we will emerge through into the light. But it'll be a vastly different world. Yeah, and then if you're thinking, oh, let me go and get my credit card out and buy a little Tommy this or buy a little Jenny this, stop wasting your money on the foolishness. The whole Christmas is a hoax. It's a jokes. The Santa is Satan when you spell it the different way round. Santa, use them same words, same letters, and you'll end up with Satan. They're moving you away from your true God self, your true Christ consciousness for you Christians out there. So let go with all of them foolishness there, and deal with the real. Finish up my youth.
Yeah, last thing I like to note on is that your conscious mind is key to hack your subconscious patterns that aren't serving you. This is why I love saying take action, you know what I mean? So you can override the program within the present moment. Keep on tapping in every single second to the best of your ability, because trust me, you're manifesting all the time. Just realize that there's a greater power watching you. You're not alone, you know what I mean? Keep on connecting with it all, and yeah, everything's hidden in plain sight. All you got to do is tap into the right frequency and you'll be guided. And trust me, Ladycrowne, and over and out. I said and over and out,
I saw your name now.
Yeah,
Ladycrowne and STS, over and out. Peace and blessings. Have a good one, Pete.
Oh my God.